Now, many of you probably are familiar with rapid prototyping. This is not a new process. IDEO, the D School in Stanford, they are the initiators of this. They are the people who have trained us and taught us how to do it. Well, we do it a little differently because in my neck of the woods, I don't just have engineers in my space. I don't just have business students in my space. I got human rights studies. I've got music therapy students. I got e-media students. I got international studies students, right? So for us, not all of them are familiar with some of the more rapid prototyping tools that are at their disposal, say at an innovation center or an entrepreneurial center in our university. So what we like to do is we bring to the table what we call bags of improbable materials. So this is going to be another one of these tricks for the webinar. And I'm going to ask you all to humor me. I don't see you. I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to test the waters on this because this is what I do. In rapid prototyping, we would typically bring to the table what we call something like a bag of improbable material. And in this bag of improbable material are sticks and rubber bands and Legos and streamers and erasers and propellers and fabric and just improbable materials. Now, yeah, we do it also with Legos sometimes, and you know, Legos with people are always impressive too. Really, rapid prototyping for this means you can literally open your junk drawer, you can open your purse, your suitcase, your desk drawer, anything in your space, and you can try to develop a visual model. We are a visual culture, and our students are extremely visual, and to be able to see things come to life is important. So in this step here, when we start to disrupt, we are disrupting the ability to move out of the paper, the visual on paper, whether it's challenge or multitudes, and begin to put stuff in what we call 4 dimensions. Sight, space, sound, and the key piece here is emotion. We need to have a narrative, humanity-based journey. So what I'm going to ask you to do now in this first step of disruption in a collaborative format with your group, if you have a challenge in front of you and you are with somebody or maybe you're by yourself, what I would ask you to do is, if you have, and I know it says 20 minutes there, we're not going to use 20 minutes right now. I understand we're on the web. I'm not going to make you do that. But what I am going to ask you to do is look around. Do you got anything laying around? Do you got even a piece of paper that you can rip apart or sketch? Do you have anything that might be able, at this point in the webinar, to just maybe what you want to do is look at the challenge you have and take 5 to 10 minutes. We'll see how the time goes here. And really just think about how you can convert this challenge into something visual from a prototype space, right? Use the resources around you, explore, and give yourself, we'll only go 5 minutes. Take some time, challenge yourself. Maybe you're eating lunch. You got any garbage? Figure out what it is, and then share it with each other about how you think this visual component can possibly be can satisfy that next step of developing the solution, again, in quotations, solution to the challenge you have, okay? We'll play one cool disco song right now and let you guys go. If you've got any questions, I'm here on the chat. Any ideas, anything that you need me to know about, let me know, okay? I'm here. 5 minutes, take your time. Even if you don't have anything, talk about what you would build. I don't know. Get creative here. Don't worry about yes or no or inside or outside the box. There is no box. Let's see what you got for 5 minutes, all right? Go for it. All right, folks. Welcome back. Hope there was a little play there for you. Having some fun. Typically right now, we would go around to each group and say, all right, you got to give me a 60-second commercial about your prototype. And I would not be dismissive of this when you do this in your classroom, okay? The 60-second commercial is so crucial for them to be able not just to visually support this prototype as it relates to the challenge that they received in the ideation process, but truly it gives them a way to visualize it, narratively structure it, and give it some breadth. It gives it a kind of journey to it. And the most important thing about this setting here is after you finish with that prototype, and the prototype, after you have maybe worked through and presented your 60-second commercial, make sure the original group who created the challenge is taking notes of the description, the solution, again, in quotate, air quotes, in the solution of their new challenge, okay, of their original challenge, because this is going to come back to them. And this is the other thing we have found out many, many times. Typically at this point in time, the students are like, oh, this is a great idea. I got this. This prototype, I can turn into something more. This is an authentication lab. This is where we start to get into the nitty-gritty, because we're trying to keep students in the problem space. And they want to move so fast in the solution space that typically this initial thought, this rapid prototype, typically is a very, very surface level fix or idea. It is what we would call symptom. It's a Band-Aid. And a lot of times our students, man, even us, we are putting Band-Aids on things. We are not always actually deep diving into the solutions of what they are, the root causes. We're not giving ourselves the time and the value proposition to dig deeper into the actual humanity-centered act and cause of said challenge, okay? So that's what we're going to do next. So after this process and you have shared each other your rapid prototypes, and maybe you guys are making them out of staplers, staples, pencils, pens, sandwich wrappers, or whatever. You know, I'd love to, if you guys are doing it there, I'd love to have been able to see some if you guys are doing it. It's been awesome. But the next step is then we need to shake the room up. So everybody's either been multituding, writing challenges down, building content, unsure, boom, we disrupt them with these bags and improv materials. I'm throwing disco at you. It's crazy, right? And everybody's here sitting down right now and, you know, so it's time to get everybody up and do the next step here. And that's what we call speed dating.